So it's that time of year again. It's Thanksgiving. And in celebration of that time, we will go over the myth of Thanksgiving that so many people have, yeah. Everybody knows that the Pilgrims sailed on the Mayflower and landed at Plymouth Rock, yeah? But what they don't know is that Plymouth Rock is not the first place they landed. They landed at Cape Cod. Yeah, that's some kind of superhero fish. Nah, just kidding. That's a peninsula in the state of Massachusetts. They landed at Provincetown there in Cape Cod. So after landing in Provincetown and angering the locals, then they made their way to Plymouth. And yeah, that rock story, yeah, all made up, yeah. But did you know that not the Pilgrims alone claim the first Thanksgiving? In fact, the Texans are claiming the first Thanksgiving. The Texans are claiming that it took place in 1598, yeah. That's 23 years before the Pilgrims' Thanksgiving. The Pilgrims' Thanksgiving was in 1621. It's true that the Berkeley plantation in Virginia also says they had the first Thanksgiving in 1619. We cats also have our own Thanksgiving. We celebrated the moment we got off the Mayflower and got away from those stinky Pilgrims, yeah. And of course, we all know what the Pilgrims ate at Thanksgiving dinner, yeah? They had turkey and pumpkin pie and cranberry sauce and corn on the cob, right? No, wrong. They probably ate none of those things. The Pilgrims had mostly for dinner they had deer, yeah. Because, well, you know, it was plentiful and, well, the Wampanoag tribe, they brought 4 deer to dinner. They also had wild birds like duck and goose, and maybe some turkey, but probably not the main dish, no. They also may have eaten penguin and swan. Yeah, that's swan. Swan. Yeah, that sounds yummy. Wait, did I just say penguin? That's crazy. No, not penguins. Pigeons. The pigeons and the swans, yeah. They didn't even have corn on the cob. No corn on the cob. The corn that they had was a silly corn. Look at it here. Yeah, that's silly. Looks like someone went crazy with GMOs. But that corn was used for porridge and things like that. Bread. But no corn on the cob, no. And they certainly didn't have the pies. Wheat was very, very rare. And so was the sugar, yeah. So, no pumpkin pies. I don't even know why you'd have Thanksgiving without the pies. They also had plenty of shellfish and other seafood like eel. And they ate greens and onions and beans, carrots, and maybe peas. Blech. So yeah, that meal you eat today on Thanksgiving? No, they were not eating that at all, no. But yeah, we all know what the Pilgrims look like, right? Yeah, they dressed in black with the silly buckles on their shoes and their hats. But no, that's not true. The Pilgrims dressed mighty colorful like at the time. They saved their black clothes for the Sundays when they went to talk to God, yeah. The Pilgrims didn't wear these black steeple hats with the silly buckles or the silly buckles on their shoes. Buckles were very expensive and not in fashion at the time. And let's face it, people who would sail on this boat instead of the Carnival cruise, they weren't buying expensive buckles. No. So yeah, no buckles. They used the leather to tie up their pants and their shoes. What is the buckle on the hat for anyways? Do you have pants on your hat? Oh yeah, that was to tie the knot on the head. That makes sense. And no, the Pilgrims didn't build log houses. That's just silly. They lived in the clapboard houses. The log cabins, they didn't show up till the late in the 17th century, no. These houses were just as ugly, but they were not made with the whole log. They were made with the sawed lumber, yeah. Yeah, and have you seen this gun? They call it the blunderbuss. Yeah, the pilgrims probably never use this one. And certainly not for hunting, no. This was a crowd control gun that's used by the military, yeah. They also draw this gun in the hands of cartoon characters for comic effect, yeah. The first Thanksgiving wasn't even a real Thanksgiving. Real Thanksgivings would have been religious events. And no, this was not religious. They would not have brought the Indians or invited them. Thanksgiving has been celebrated around the country by different states and different areas, all at different times, yeah. The first national proclamation of Thanksgiving was given by the Continental Congress. Then, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, in 1863, appointed a day of Thanksgiving as the last Thursday in November. Each president since then has issued a Thanksgiving Day proclamation. You see how this is going. You'd think they'd have better things to do. President Franklin D. Roosevelt set the date for Thanksgiving on the fourth Thursday in November in 1939, and it was approved by Congress in 1941. Yeah, that's a lot to remember. So just remember that Thanksgiving is on the fourth Thursday in November. You guys get that day off, yeah? And the Friday too? Nice. Now take this information and share with your parents during Thanksgiving dinner. They will love you for it. Bye-bye.